This is a very real and honest module that I'm going to be explaining to you about, and it's how I built, a 100 grand months business by being an introvert. Right now, people think that when you get started off, people are always saying to you, go to network events and connect with other people. And, I could be saying to you, connect with other salons and do collabs with other salons and stuff. And if that is something that you are comfortable with, if that is something that you just love doing, then do it. You should do that. You go for that. But for me, I am the complete opposite of that. Now, I could be very extroverted, in a different type of setting, and in my work, when I'm training and stuff, I have no lack of confidence to train. I am very confident in myself and stuff like that. But really, when that ends at the end of the day, I am very much back to being me. I'm quite quiet and, well, not quiet, I'm quite loud, but I'm quiet as in, I like to come home and just be at peace with myself and my family, and I'm not massively into going out 24/7. And the absolute things that give me the fear is actually going to networking events. Now, in my business, when I first started Gingerella, for the first I'd probably say it's only in the last probably year and a half, people gave up asking me to stuff. So I would be asked to all of these women events and to come to these networking breakfasts and then networking lunches and all of these things. And it was always by people who are they're quite prominent in Perth. And I went to one years ago. It was at Crown, and it was this networking thing. And I have never felt so uncomfy in my life. It was so cliquey and it was just so fake, right? And, I'm very much just myself. And I felt like everyone was also, oh, hello and hi, and just so fake and just not me. And it just made me feel really uneasy. And I could tell as well that a lot of people were just putting on a show because they want people to like them, or they want to get followers, or they wanted people to do stuff for their business and their business. So I just decided at that one and only event, I will never go to anything again. So I'm telling you this story because there's a lot of women out there who are similar to me, who have never made friends with the school mums, that's me again, who have never made friends with the boys, the other parents, the mums at football, because for some reason they don't talk to me, right? And I'm quite introverted, so I won't go out my way to be like, oh hi, I'm Kelly. I would in my own environment, in my work, in my training academy and stuff, but not in things like that. So I've never been one of these people who have had loads of school friend mums. I don't have loads of friends with my neighbours and all of that. I'm very, very quiet and introverted. And if that is you, then I want you to think to yourself that if I can build 100 grand months business, 3 months last year I hit over 100 grand, then you could do that. And anyone can do that, okay? And how I did it is by basically, again, being myself, just being myself from the very get-go, right? So as when I go into my work, I am probably different, but it's not that I'm putting on any fake persona, because I can. It would just drain the life out of me, and then I'd slip up and I'd end up I'd make a fool of myself because I've been faking it, right? So I'm just me. I'm just happy. I'm just bubbly. I do take my business very, very seriously, and I do deliver outstanding customer service. So sometimes that does mean that if I'm in a bad mood, or I've had your hormones are terrible, or you've had a shit morning, that you do have to mask that, and you do have to, be bubbly and stuff. And when you're training as well, if I'm training a big team of 6 girls and 3 have flew over from the eastern states, I'm not going to go into that in a Debbie Downer mood, am I? I'm going to be myself and stuff, but I'm also very real and raw. So that's how I've built my business. And everybody says to me all the time that they absolutely love me and how I work, and they love my business because I'm always just me. And even when these training courses, right, that I make, and they'll say, I love your training courses because, nothing's highly edited. Sometimes I might sneeze and I just laugh, or I might somebody will knock on the door, and some people would be like, oh my god, I've got to re-edit everything and start again. And I'm always just myself. I'm just myself. I'm true and genuine and authentic, and I'm just a human being. And I just want to show you guys that if I can do it, being an introvert, not being the most top professional person in the whole wide world. And, you know, like even Hormozy, the guy who wrote that book, right? The guy, Hormozy, I go on about him all the time. But even he, who is a multi-millionaire, just sold his last company for 460 million. He started off just doing gyms. He even started about a year and a half ago saying, do you know what? I'm not going to edit anything anymore. I'm just going to be me. And I was thinking, oh my God, that's what I've done from the whole time. Like I've just been myself the whole time. So I just want that to reach out to people who maybe are sitting there thinking, oh my God, I've got to be something I'm not. You know, you don't have to be. I'm recording this in my gym gear, and yeah, I have my makeup on, I have my hair done, because that is what I have done since I've been 12 years old. I always make an effort with myself because it makes me feel good and it uplifts my spirits and stuff. But some days you will find me in the house. I'll have my makeup on, have my hair done, but I'll just have my trackies on, or I'll have trackies on with a dressing gown on top. I'm just always myself. So you can build a multi-million-dollar business. I did. I built over a $5 million business and $5 million company, and just by being myself and not going to these events and not having to be fake and not having to pretend that you want to go to staff or you pretend that you like people and everything just to get something. You know, you don't need to do any of that. Just be yourself, and the people who actually are meant to be in your life, your clients, your customers, your students, your future students, they will love you simply for you. And even if you're a massive introvert, they are going to absolutely love you, because when you're around the right people anyway, you're not that introverted anyway. You actually come out your shell and you end up becoming nice and bubbly and chatty, and like me, I don't shut up. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you.